want to transfer this image here, which is the carapace for a horseshoe crab, onto my underwater monster. And I want to put it over on this side. So to do that, it's actually really simple. We're just going to kind of rotate it until it's roughly the direction we want it to be, and resize it, and click up here and go to overlay. Put it basically where we want it to go, and then we can click and drag to color that in. Now, that's basically how that works. And as you can see, it works quite well, super fast. I didn't have to create any special files or do anything special or secret or find any magic hidden items. You basically just open any reference, which you can get just by pasting, literally copying and pasting into the window, and then you just turn on the overlay up here, and then you can paint. But one of the things is, if you accidentally painted over the side, you'd see that, oh no, we've painted onto our model. How do we fix that? Well, in the real world, you'd use masking tape. And so in MechaPaint, we are also going to use masking tape. And that's this little stretch of blue over here at the bottom underneath the tools. It says masking tape. If you click it, everything is masking tape. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go, when you're in masking tape mode, it automatically switches you back to the paintbrush. I'm going to click on Edit Mask On, because I want to be able to edit where this goes. And I'm going to basically just mask out the parts that I want. But if you notice, that kind of eats away at the lip of the part that I do want to write on. So I don't want that. So if I go up here and turn this thing on, this will basically allow my my paintbrush to walk around edges of things, and it kind of like walks around the geometry of stuff. So I have it set to an angle of 57 there, and as you can see, it's just walking. Oops. As long as I'm kind of careful about it, it will walk right under the geometry, and it's a pretty cool trick when it works right. There we go. Get that last one there. I mean, I'm being lazy. I could just, do a better job of painting. I think I'll try that approach now. Still didn't work for me. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to zoom in here and try one more time. Now, one of the things about zooming is you can use the scroll wheel to zoom. I'm just using a mouse. I'm not even using the keyboard right now. If you move your cursor over the object and zoom, it will change the scroll wheel. If you move the cursor over the object and you scroll, it will change the size. That's what I'm trying to say. If you move the cursor off of the object and scroll, it will zoom. Okay. And if you move the cursor to the side over here, right up against the wall, or over here, down here underneath anything underneath these rows here, and click and zoom, it'll always zoom if you use the scroll bar down there. Just kind of a convenience thing. And there's a whole lot of that in MechaPaint, convenience things that kind of put in there to make it easier for you. Okay, so we basically got that masked off. Not too worried about the edge cases here. That's good. So I'm going to click on the little masking tape icon down here. So that turns editing off, and it hides the thing. So we're going to go back to our reference, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And then I'm going to, I can do this. I can go overlay, and then I could go, and there are several ways to do this. You could put this over it, and you could just paint. And again, we'll turn this one off now. So it's going to try to eat up all the edges of everything underneath it. You'll notice that it fails to do that because we have the masking tape there. So you see, it didn't quite do what I wanted, so I needed to move the window. But another way I could have done that, see, that got me what I wanted. Okay, but another way I could have done that is, again, with the reference window open, we'll go undo this. If I go to overlay, let's zoom in just a little bit more. We'll zoom in a lot. And I can, if let's say that this is, let's say I've got this big. This is the resolution I wanted on this. If I go to overlay, I would have to use this multiple times to get what I wanted. Or if I go up here and I go to tile, when I do this now, it's gonna add the next. It's basically just gonna tile it. You know what tiling is. Okay, so that may not look like what I wanted, but it's gonna tile it. So if I had a better texture, one that was seamlessly tiled, it would work really well there. Okay, so that's another way to do that. And then the third way is using the object stamp. So we'll do that one next. And the object stamp works like this. Turn off overlay. Go up here and we're going to get roughly the size that we want again. And we're going to go to clone stamp source. And now I click over here, anywhere in the image. And when I click over here, why, it's going to stamp from that location. Isn't that cool? And if you'll notice, it automatically does the tiling there at the end because it assumes that you didn't want the darkness that pervades everything and sits around the outside of the images. That's probably not what you actually wanted in your image. So we're just going to tile it. So that's another way to do that. And so that's 3 different ways to use reference images to get your surface onto your character, wherever you might want it to go. And that's it for this feature. I will see you in the next one. For more information, go to MechaPaint.com, grab yourself a copy, and play with it today. Let me know what you think. Oh yeah, one more thing, real important. If you have any questions or feedback, you can click down here, report a bug or request a feature. It takes a screenshot of the screen. You type in your message to me. You can click send anonymously. It's going to send me that message, and I will get it immediately, and I can go fix whatever you ran into or contemplate whatever it is that you've requested. If you want to get in touch and you want me to write you back, just include your email address somewhere in the text. All right, thanks. Have a great day.